It's Friday.
What that means.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
What? It is Friday. But it doesn't really mean anything. Just another day.
It doesn't feel like Friday because I feel like this week went by like so fast.
Every week has been going by fast.
That's true.
At least for me.
Very, very true. Very, very true. Are we not Friday?
Right now. That sounds like it's true.
It's Friday, so you know what that means. Friday night in the cigar lounge. But before we start, Ken, would you like to share with everybody the cigar you were smoking tonight?
I'm smoking a cigar from a local cigar shop. It's in the Wisconsin Dells. It is called Loon Lake Cigar Company. This is a Habano wrap. It's a lighter. It's not the dark Maduro. They do have a Maduro one too, but I got this one. Well, I didn't get it. You got it for me. I've had this one before. It's their house blend. It is actually very good. You buy 3, you get the 4th free, which is, I think, is a good deal. They run for about $7.99, I think they were. This one is a flavored tip. It's been a while since I've had it. Big spider coming at you.
Sorry guys, I'm distracted by a spider outside. Where?
Doesn't matter. He's gone now. He disappeared. Next thing you know, he'll be crawling on the table. So this is their house blend cigar, which has been out of stock for the past couple of months, just due to the coronavirus and not being able to get them imported. They're from, I forget where they're imported from. Yeah, I don't remember, but it's a flavored tip. I don't really remember too much about it. It's been a while since I've had it.
And what does flavor tip mean?
If I lick it, I get flavor in my mouth.
Gotcha.
It's like, I don't even know, like maybe like a menthol cigarette.
Okay.
Like the mint is on the tip.
Gotcha.
It's not the actual tobacco,
Yeah.
it's the mint, right?
I don't know, I've never had menthol cigarette.
Or those like Camel Crush.
Oh, if you wanted them
Or
to be
something,
plain
like
and then
you
you
pop
crushed
it.
it, yeah. Yeah, to have the, yeah, I
To
always,
get the
yeah.
mint scent or
Yes.
flavor or something,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't smoke cigarettes.
No, I understand what you're saying, because back when I used to smoke, I used to pop them to get
Get the scent,
yeah.
not the scent, the flavor.
the flavor, but yeah, it was more strong.
But yeah, so, but this, the outside wrapper is what's flavored, it's not the actual tobacco on the inside. I forget what the flavor is, it might have been like a vanilla-y, I don't know. I'll taste it and let you guys know what flavors I get from it and go from there. And then I'm drinking the PBR whiskey with Coke Energy, and I got a PBR 12-ounce chaser.
So, this week's episode, I think last week I said impractical, but I meant practical because
I don't know if
I don't know if there's a difference. Maybe if somebody knows that there's a difference between practical joke and if there is something even called an unpractical joke. And the only reason
Not
maybe
the TV show.
yeah, not the TV show. Maybe I only said it because there's a TV show, but we're gonna talk about practical jokes, and part of the reason I wanted to bring this topic up is because within the last month at work, one of our coworkers decided that he thought it would be funny to play a practical joke on another coworker.
Yeah.
And
Workplace jokes.
yeah, workplace jokes.
Workplace pranks.
And it was funny because before he did it, he asked me if anybody had ever, like, what was the policy or how was it with,
Do people respond well to jokes?
yes, do people respond well to jokes?
How will that go over well with management?
And I was like, oh, you know, like, no one has really, like, done anything, and
But no one's opposed to it.
yeah, no one would mind. So he had a little noise box, and he put it in the office of another coworker's office, and then it would like randomly go off. So it was.
Okay, a little more to the story. What kind of sound was it?
Oh, sorry. It was a cat sound.
So it was a cat meowing and it went off like every, 20 minutes?
I
30
never
minutes?
heard it because
You-
I'm like in that same like office area. Like we work in a warehouse, so we have offices, and me and him share an office, and we share an office with another manager, and our coworker put it in. Where did he put it? Like
I don't know.
I don't know
never
where he
knew
put
where
it. It was either
It sounded
like
like he put it in the ceiling.
either in the ceiling or in a plant, somewhere in the office. But it made a cat noise, and I think it did it like every 20 to 30 minutes, and it drove our other manager insane because
He literally thought he was going crazy.
yeah, he seriously thought there was a cat in our office.
Yeah, he thought there was a cat in the ceiling, so everyone pretty much went along with it, and so the first time he told me about it, I was like, yeah, I know nothing about it. I don't. He's like, did you hear the cat in the ceiling? I'm like, man, you're crazy. There's no cat in the ceiling. The whole time I knew about it because the guy told me he was gonna do this. So I wrote it off as he was just hearing things. Then one day I was sitting in there while we were talking about the production day, and I heard it meow for the first time. Like the sound went off, and I just couldn't help but start laughing. And he's like, "Didn't you hear it? You had to have heard it. Come on, don't tell me you didn't hear it." So I told him I heard it, and I told him that, yeah, there must be a cat in the ceiling. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. So then he actually told the owner. That there was a cat in the ceiling. So the owner went and sent up another employee to go searching on the ceiling on top of one of the lines. He sent him up there to make sure, or to find this cat and chase him outside. So the other employee went up there, and he was up there for maybe 10 minutes. So we told the owner that, oh, we're just playing a joke on this guy. He's like, oh, well, we got this person up there looking for a cat. So I'm like, well, we might want to go let him know so he's not wasting his time looking for a cat that's not there. So I told him finally, and he came down and he was like, oh, so Mike doesn't matter I said his name. Oh, so he doesn't need to know about it. So he was in on the joke after that. So when our manager, not our manager, when our, what's the word? Coworker? Sure, if we call him that. When our coworker.
He's like another manager because he's a manager, but
He
so
doesn't do much work.
yeah. So he's like another manager.
So our coworker, when he came back from his break or lunch or whatever, he asked this guy, he's like, so did you find a cat? He's like, yeah, I kicked on a vent and that thing went running out. So he was just going along with it, playing it up, and to this day, I don't think he knows
No, I don't think he does either.
that it was a joke
Because
on him.
then I think it was like a few days after that, he came in my office and asked me if my phone, when I got text messages and stuff, made cat noises. And I was like, no, it doesn't. Why would my phone make cat noises? And he was like, I swear I'm hearing a cat in my office. I'm like, and all I could do, because it was like in the morning, like right when I got to work, and like I was still kind of like half asleep. So I was kind of like, what are you talking about? Like a cat in here? And then it dawned on me what he was talking about. So I just kind of started laughing. I'm like, there's no way there's a cat in our office area over here. And he was like, well, how do you think it would have got in? Well, we leave like a door open to the outside so we can get like air flowing. So it cools down our office little areas over there. And I was like, well, maybe it just like ventured in and then somehow like climbed up there and got stuck somewhere, you know? And he was like, I just feel like I'm going crazy because I hear it, but I've never seen it. And
No one else hears it.
he's like, is somebody playing a joke on me? Just tell me somebody's just playing a joke on me. I'm like, I just don't know what you're talking
You
about.
never want to be that person that gives away
Yeah,
the joke
I didn't want to be
either.
that person to be like, oh yeah, we're just joking around with you, like, ha ha ha. So, to this day, I think he still has no clue. And, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
And that's why I thought we would talk about this, because to me, some jokes that you play on other people can be fun, and they can laugh, and it could just be a big joke. And then there are some times that you can do something to someone else as a joke that might be taken too far and either like hurt them or hurt their feelings. And some people just don't care, like they're fine with it, but then you get the people that do care and they don't want to hurt other people's feelings. And
there's a type of people that the person that gets the prank done to them, they are either, joking, like not happy, but like, oh, they'll laugh it
Yeah.
off, or they're gonna be like complete dicks and
yeah, they're gonna be
like,
mad.
mad that, oh, you did this to me. Kind of like Dwight, when Jim pranks
Yeah.
Dwight in the office all the time. He gets angry and always tries to get him fired.
Oh yeah, like the episode when he puts his everything in his his stapler and Jello, and he's like,
Jell-O.
look what he's did.
And he wraps his desk, and the desk isn't even under there.
Oh, for Christmas,
Yeah.
he wraps all his stuff and things. And he's like, oh, it's here anyways. Yeah. So it's like it depends. I guess sometimes it depends on the joke too, because sometimes you could do a joke that you know that the person's not going to be like upset and they're going to think it's funny, and then there's sometimes I think you're about to do a joke that somebody is not going to find amusing or happy when they find out you're doing it.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things, even when I thought about, like, if I tell him, is he going to just be like relieved that like that
he's not crazy.
That he's not crazy and there is no cat, or is he gonna be mad because this whole time like pretty much everybody knows and you don't know? So yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's funny because even like when you think about too like the show Impractical Jokers, it's just 4 friends who go out and they make each other do stupid things, but at the end of the episodes and end of like what they're doing, they always tell the people or the places that they're at, they're like the stores or the restaurants, they're in on it. Like they know that they're going to be doing stupid things, so nobody ever is like getting upset or getting hurt and stuff like that. And I think even after they do the things they do, like to the people, I'm pretty sure they tell the people like, hey, look, we're on a show and this is what I'm doing.
That's the only way, 'cause That's why some people have their faces blurred out and some don't. They have to get their permission.
Yeah.
They can't show their faces if they don't have their permission.
So it's like jokes can go one way or another. Like you said, it depends on the person you're doing the
Depends
jokes
on the
with.
person and the joke.
Yeah.
Yep. So quick cigar update already. I'm like 3 puffs in and the flavor of the outside, like I was talking about, it was very sweet, but after 3 puffs, it's completely gone. It does not taste, I don't taste that flavor anymore.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I remember last time I had this though, it lasted throughout the whole cigar, so I don't know if it's a defect or they changed the way they made them or they just maybe couldn't make them the same way with coronavirus, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not the same from the last time I smoked one.
So have you ever played a joke on somebody before?
Like, yeah. Remember, there's a lot of jokes. Like, remember, I mean, you could say icings are jokes.
Yeah.
That's a kind of a joke, right?
Yeah, because when you get iced, you know that you have to chug the.
It's a punishment. It's like kind of like a mini Impractical Jokers, because you find the ice,
Yeah.
you get the punishment, you have to chug it, but it's amusing for the person that does it to
Yeah.
you.
I think we've explained it before in another podcast. Is icing is what we're talking about. Is when you take a Smirnoff
Ice.
ice and you like hide them, and we for many years in a row were in competition with his sister and her husband. When they would come visit here, we would hide them around our apartment, and then when we would go there, when they lived in their, did they do it when they lived in their apartment? No, when they moved into their house.
They did it everywhere, maybe.
They, but they used to do it at their apartment and at their house, and when you find it, you have to pop it open, cold or warm, and chug it.
Get down on one knee and chug
Yeah, and we used to do it at like, put it in the funniest places. Like we would go to drop our stuff up in the bedroom stairs, and they were sitting on the pillow, so you would just see it.
under the pillow, so when you go to bed at night,
Yeah, it's there.
When you go to move your pillow, it's there, or under the covers.
We would set it like right at the front door, so when you walk up to come in, like it's sitting right there.
Those ones are specifically planted for certain people.
One time when we used to take our cat with us, we used to put him in a carry case, and his sister like automatically always like, oh my gosh, hi Bohannon, and we put one like right in front of the carry case.
Inside
So
the carrying case,
yeah,
in front of the cat.
inside of it, in front of the cat, so when she went down, it was like right in front of her face, and she was like, guys, I can't believe you did that, you know, that's like my weakness.
Put it in their mailbox before.
Yeah.
Put it in, she has a little toilet paper thing that it's like a little cylinder tube that holds the toilet paper, and then the roll is on top that you're using, but
Yeah.
I would put one in there upside down. So it was a morning, I think, she said she found it in at like 5 a.m. She's like, gosh dang it, I gotta go to work, I'm not doing this.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause she didn't find it the whole weekend we were out there.
And then there was one time, right before they left, they put one in the microwave, and we had went a couple days, and they had been like waiting for a text message, and then one morning I like opened it in the morning to like make something, and there it sat, and I was like, it's Wednesday, I have to go to work in like 10 minutes, I am not chugging this, how could you guys do this? I was like so upset. I'm like, in my microwave. And then there was one that I think took them weeks, and his sister finally found it. They have like this, like, when you walk by to go upstairs, they had like a plant, and he had put it in a plant. So they had walked by it a ton of times, and then one time she just walked by and she turned and she saw it, and it was like sitting there for like
It's
the longest time.
Yeah. Some of them she wasn't too happy about.
They did it to us during Christmas. We iced each other during Christmas. We both wrapped gifts and put them in bags and then gave them to each other. And we're like, oh, I think we know what this is, so we might as well open yours while we're at it so we could all do it together.
So we literally all opened up the bags and there were 4 ices inside.
Like, this is how,
well,
like...
1 ice in each package.
Yeah, it was like, this is just like, oh, it was always like a competition, like back and forth of...
Or when we would go out on the lake, we would put some on his car or in his canoe or kayak.
The one time your sister put it in a bag hanging from your door handle. Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of pictures too, so we'll post those.
Yeah, we'll post some of those because they're just so funny. Another thing that I thought about as like a joke that your sister does to you is those little
life
alerts. She'll come and have like a bunch of them, and we will find them all throughout our apartment. Like, they're just everywhere.
The most random places.
They're just everywhere. You're like, seriously? Underneath my pillow, a life alert?
Everyone knows the life alert, right? Come on. The old lady. I live alone, but I'm never alone. I have life alert. If you can see, it's hard to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she would post out pictures, you know, the one where she's on the ground, like she acted like she's falling.
Like, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. So my sister always joked that, you know, I'm getting older, I need a life alert. Well, I always joke that she's older than me, so she'll need it before me. But it never fails. I always get a life alert in some way, shape, or form. I think I just actually, and when they gave me that bottle of Remy Martin, they had the whole bottle wrapped in it.
Yeah.
Or no, that was like those guys. You remember that?
Yeah.
I think they wrapped the outside in Remy Martin, or not Remy, in the life alert.
Yes.
It was like the wrapping paper was the life alert, and then the guys that were on the inside.
They're so funny.
And I opened that in front of my mom.
So funny.
And then like when they came out here, the life alert was all in the bedroom. They hid them all over our house.
Yeah.
Everywhere in our house we found life alert.
You couldn't seriously couldn't open something without like finding one. So we started like collecting them to see how many like they left, and then we would text her and be like, oh, we found this, and she's like, well, how many is that? And then we say, oh, like 10, and she's like, okay, well, you need to you have 5 more to find, like, because she knew how many she hid. And it was so crazy.
Yep.
So crazy.
Or there's some jokes that may be too far because she gets scared very easily. We put that little it doll up in the loft. There's this little the pop vinyl figures. It was a Pennywise the clown plush. So it was just a little stuffed animal basically, but it was Pennywise. And I brought it to their house, and I actually was not the one to put it up there, but her husband was like, oh, we could do it, it's okay. So he gave us the okay. And we put it, they have a loft above their bed. Like, it's their bed, and then there's a loft that you go up to, and you can have another little bed or something up there. So we put it in the rafter, like looking down at her. And she was not happy. She was not happy at all. So that might be an instance when it was a little too far.
That almost reminds me of the Christmas.
The little Santa thing.
That little Christmas Santa thing that they kept hiding, and that she didn't like because it was terrifying too.
Yeah.
In those instances, to everybody else it's hilarious, but to that one person, no. Or I think it was 2 years in a row. It wasn't so much of a joke, but it kind of was. The 1 year for Halloween was Chris Pratt, and then for the next 2 Christmases, she had a Santa head that she put out for Christmas, and she put the mask over for the Santa face as like a joke, and then we all like were serious about it. We're like, oh yeah, what was it?
Merry Chris Prattmas.
Yeah, Merry Chris Prattmas. And then we're like, when are we gonna get our Christmas cards with his face and stuff on it? And to her, it was just like a joke. Like she was just doing it as a joke, but then we took it like one step further.
No, she took it a step further too.
Yeah,
she
that's
was
true.
the one that wanted to. She's gonna make Christmas cards, and still waiting for those, by the way.
Well, I think at first it was a joke because she like put it on there just to see if we'd notice it, and we did, and then it just became something bigger than.
No, it has to be there every year.
Yeah, it has to be there every year.
Tradition.
Yep. I was trying to say, I don't think there's any like joke wise that we've done like to each other. Like there's nothing that I could think that I've ever done to you or that you've done to me, and like that was like a joke.
The one time you took it too far. I just went into the bathroom to go to the bathroom, and you're like, "Come quick, the cat got out."
That was great.
I was like, "Lock the door." No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, because you were like, I was just going about to go pee. And you're like, he zipped my pants up so fast.
I zipped up and I
I like flung that door open. And there I was holding the cat.
funny.
You were so angry.
I'm gonna do. I still have to get you at that one time. Don't worry, it's coming.
I mean, besides all the times that I try to jump scare you, but that's not like a joke. That's just me trying to scare you, but it never works.
I always sense where you are.
Yeah, that's true. I just think other than that one time I like tried to scare you, I don't think there's any other times like we've like joked around or said things and
No.
like tried to get each other.
Nope. Not really. Not anything like that, no.
Because like the jokes with like your sister and her husband were like stuff that went on for like years.
Still kinda going on.
Yeah.
It's about time they need another icing in their life.
Well, he could have icing, but she can't.
If she finds it, he just has to do it for her.
That's true. He just has to do it.
Take one for the team.
That's very true. Yeah, so
I don't got much else to say.
I think that's this probably won't be the longest podcast, but that's okay because we've been doing like hour-long ones and
Hour, 2 hour, 3 hour.
we've never done a 3-hour podcast.
Go with Jeremiah.
That was 2 hours. That was like almost 2 hours.
Thought it was almost 3.
No, that was like 2. So let us know if you guys have ever done a joke or practical joke on somebody. If you feel like the jokes that you guys have done have sometimes taken it too far, or if you had a joke played on you taken too far, yeah, just share with us what fun memories you have of jokes you played and jokes that have been played on you. Because sometimes you don't play jokes on people, the jokes just always get played on you, and you're like, well, dang it.
Ew.
So, this has been another Friday Nights in the Cigar Lounge practical jokes.
Impractical. Yeah. Got a funny joke. Okay.
You got a funny joke? So next week, do you want to do gender roles?
That's fine.
That's all I can have.
Gender roles.
camera like that?
Who else am I supposed to
Gender
look at?
roles.
I don't know.
Gender roles. 20 minutes.
We're gonna reverse roles next week, and she'll be smoking the cigar.
And you're gonna be doing what?
Just sitting there looking pretty.
Thank you for listening to another episode. So next week, we decided that we are going to discuss gender roles and what they mean to us and how we think that affects daily living, maybe businesses, and just in general what we think about gender roles. So this has been another Friday night in the Cigar Lounge.
So remember to grab a stogie and enjoy the lounge. Join the lounge. Yes, another episode.
So like I said, this isn't going to be the longest episode. This one's going to be rather short, I think 30 minutes, just because we don't have that much to talk about with this topic, but that's okay because sometimes we're going to sit for an hour and talk about a certain topic. And
Not even like halfway through my cigar yet.
Yeah, and sometimes we don't have much to talk about. That's like last week's episode. I thought was going to be a short episode, but we actually ended up talking for almost an hour. So
Filibust.
Filibust? What's that?
When you debate a
Oh.
topic and you're basically trying to just extend it so like it doesn't pass.
Oh. So, thank you guys for joining us for another episode. Once again, yes, this is going to be short, but that's okay. Some episodes are long, some episodes are short.
They're like, we want them shorter, we can't watch you for 3 hours.
So hopefully you guys are enjoying the episodes.
The
I
cigar, not to cut you off,
Go ahead.
before you end the episode and get to talk about it.
Go ahead.
It's not like I remember. I don't know if it's just because I've been smoking other cigars and I'm starting to like other cigars better.
Is it just like you? It's not enjoyable?
I mean, it's a cigar, but it's not anything special.
Like the first time you smoked it, it was like.
The first
that.
time I had it, I thought it was really good. This time I'm like, might not ever waste my money on it again.
Really?
I don't know. I had to get another one maybe. I don't know. I don't like like I'm usually not a fan of the flavor cigars, but like that's why I like these ones every now and then to get the flavor, but I'm not getting any flavor, and as you can see, barely smoked any of it. I remember it lasting a lot longer. It just doesn't taste. There's like
Tastes
no
the same.
taste to it. Like even the tobacco doesn't.
Yeah, nothing.
I just get nothing from it.
Interesting.
Like I said, I don't know if it's just because I've been
Yeah.
smoking like
Different ones.
not higher end cigars, but more
Right.
well known brand name cigars.
Right, like you've been venturing out and trying different ones.
Okay. It's a cigar. Might not be worth $7.99, but I'll smoke the rest of this one, and I might try one more. I remember getting the darker wrap though too, so maybe that's the difference.
Yeah, that's a lighter one.
I'll try the darker one again. Maybe get one this weekend. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Also, not sure who it was. Not sure if that person watches our YouTube channel. Not sure if that person follows me on Instagram, or maybe
The blog.
came across my blog page. But I got, or maybe it was multiple people. But a few days ago, I got like 52 listens in one day. And I just want to say, if you watch the videos and went over and listened to the podcast, thank you. I don't know if people are writing reviews, where they're writing them. If you're someone who maybe listens to the other episodes on the podcast itself, if you're writing reviews or leaving them, let me know where those are at so I can maybe go look, because I'm not sure where those would be and if people are doing them, because Anchor obviously doesn't have a place for you to do it. And I know that the only place that I've seen reviews or stars is Apple Podcasts. So I'm not sure if there's another podcast, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like
I don't know what you're
platform that you can leave stars or reviews. So
Or just go to the YouTube channel and leave comments there. Even if you watch or listen to just the podcast, you can go to YouTube and comment on the episode.
That's what I'm saying too. Maybe I'll on my individual episodes by myself tell people, like, if you like what you're listening to, please go over to our YouTube page, or please go over to my Instagram page and leave comments, because I'm not sure if people are doing that already, because I'm not seeing them if they are, or coming across them, because like I said, Anchor doesn't have that, and the only place I have ever seen 2 reviews or stars was Apple Podcasts. So just thought I'd share that with you guys as well, and hopefully you guys are doing well during this quarantine, and hopefully you guys had a great week, and happy Friday. And like always, this was another Friday night in the Cigar Lounge.
Grab a stogie and enjoy the lounge.